A home on the city's south side received extensive damage after catching fire this afternoon. The Corpus Christi Fire Department was called to the home close to Greenbrier and St. Andrews Drive, close to the country club. When they arrived, all they could see was smoke. And after putting the flames out, they found the damage in between the walls.
There was a light haze of smoke, but no fire necessarily present. After a little bit further investigation and pulling back one of the walls, they discovered a hidden fire in one of the stud spaces.
Thankfully, no one was injured, and officials are still investigating just how the fire started.